You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. One or two police officers caught on tape pepper spraying and pointing guns at a black and Latino Army officer, Second Lieutenant Caron Nazario, during the December 6, 2020 traffic stop. That cop has been fired. Okay, the town of Windsor released the following statement yesterday. The statement reads, the pursuit and ultimate stop resulted in the use of pepper spray against Lieutenant Nazario by Officer Gutierrez. As a result of this use of force, department policy requires an internal investigation to determine the appropriateness of such actions. The investigation of this event began immediately. At the conclusion of this investigation, it was determined that Windsor Police Department policy was not followed. This resulted in disciplinary action, and department-wide requirements for additional training were implemented beginning in January and continue up to the president. Since that time, Officer Gutierrez was also terminated from his employment. Folks, first of all, we're not buying that crap, because the only reason that statement came out is because this video got released over the weekend. Social media blew up. Here's a video from the camera of Officer Gutierrez. Watch, listen.
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now.
Open the door. Get out the car.
Hold still. Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
Now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out.
on?
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not a problem.
Hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir,
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
Get out.
Just get out of my
Relax.
car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Get out of the car right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach for my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Can you please?
Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look,
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off.
look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can
ground.
you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sorry, well, just work with me.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
Now, that was the video from Officer Gutierrez. This is the video of, I'm going to show some of this, of Nazario. He was shooting from his cell phone. Go.
Let me see your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going
Open the
on?
door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Open the door and get out the car.
Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going
Get out
on?
of the car now.
Get out of the car.
What's
Now.
going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I'm going to obey.
That's
Get
not-
out of the car.
What's going
Get out of
on?
the car now.
What's going on?
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of the car now.
What's going
Get out of the
on?
car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I
Yeah, you
ask you
should
what's
be.
going?
Get out.
What's
Get out.
going on? What
Get
did
out
I
the
do?
car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me
Really?
why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out of
please.
the-
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not
Get
a
your
problem.
hands off me.
Back up there.
I didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir.
Get out of the car
Don't
now.
do that.
Hey,
get out
Don't
of
do
the car
that.
now.
Right. So
Don't do-
this all started because Nazario is driving a new vehicle, tinted windows, had a paper license plate that was taped to the window. They hit their lights to pull him over. He continued to drive to a well-lit gas station. He pulled into a BP gas station. Let's bring back our law enforcement panel. Okay, so let's walk through this. First, Reddit, I'll start with you. The officer radios and said a felony traffic stop. What was the felony?
There wasn't. That's what I'm saying. In the other discussion we were having, there was no felony, man. The probable cause that was indicated that I'm aware of was something to do with his license plate. That doesn't constitute a felony stop. A felony stop involves a vehicle that's wanted for a felony, assault first, or something like that, or something you saw on view committed by a person who then is leaving in the vehicle. This is neither of those. And again, it comes back to the theme. When you hear the directives that this officer is issuing, it's all about do what I say. There is never an attempt at any point where it would have been reasonable to tell the guy, hey, man, we stopped you because we couldn't see your plate. And we had to, stop you and get some clarity on the vehicle and its occupant. And that's why we're standing right here, as opposed to the escalation that we see. over and over and over again when it comes to police exercising the power that they've been given by the state. And too many times it's exercised recklessly, as it was in this case. And unfortunately for this officer, he was caught on camera because, had he not been caught on camera, none of the consequences that have followed would be in place. I doubt that he would have lost his job. I doubt that he would have been disciplined. But thank God for the cameras. Thank God for the increasing number of voices we hear around the country. I would single out the two panelists who were here with me, Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey, Dr. DeLacy Davis here in St. Louis, Sergeant Heather Taylor, retired Sergeant Heather Taylor, Keith Williams out on the West Coast, and others around the country who have forced this conversation, and now finding ourselves joined in the dialogue by people who understand we're at a critical point, man. You can't go back. You can't tinker around the edges with this system relative to reforms. The system needs to be remade. The way we do public safety needs to be remade. So he was out of line, and he shouldn't be in police work.
Cheryl, you hear Gutierrez yell, "You're going to ride the lightning," which actually was a phrase from the movie The Green Mile, where one of the characters was on death row. That's where that came from. You heard the aggression in his voice. You heard the calm nature of Nazario. "Why are you pulling me over? I don't understand." "No, just get out of the car." Then Gutierrez yells, "It's obstruction of justice." How? You haven't even told me why I'm being pulled over. At no point do you hear them ask. They come out of the car with guns. So if I'm Nazario, I'm the same way. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not about to get out of a car and two cops both got guns on me. I don't know what's going to happen.
So, this was a situation in my mind where we have a tenured veteran officer, white man, who's going to show that little young rookie how to tame a black man. Let me show what you do with a Negro who doesn't respond to orders. He was reaching and grabbing for all sorts of justifications. You're under arrest for obstruction. No, you're being detained. And you can see the rookie officer, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's looking left, right. He's trying to figure out what his senior training officer is doing. He's trying to mimic some of the actions that he sees the more seasoned officer engage in. This is not a training issue. This is somebody who has animus because a black man had the temerity to not follow his order. And so for that, sir, you will pay.
See, and the thing here that is crazy, DeLacy, again, watching this, and we're going to pull the video up in a second of when a senior officer comes to the scene and they're providing him treatment, but Nazario says that you guys threatened my military career. That also happened during this encounter.
This isn't about, as my colleague just said, about training. I think it's about training day. I started the conversation with the mentality. We're talking about a warrior mentality versus a guardian mentality. We're talking about law enforcement versus public safety. We're absolutely talking about a lack of respect for black and brown men by white men, period. It's as simple as that. It's not convoluted. You don't have to reach for straws. We don't have to go train anybody to de-escalate. The lieutenant was de-escalating. Through all of this, he was very calm in his demeanor. They were giving conflicting commands. One little idiot tells him to get out the car and take off the seatbelt. The other one says, keep your hands out the window. Well, how do I get the seatbelt off with my hands out the window?
Right.
Taught training, be quiet, and one person gives commands.
All right, so and also to show how, to your point, how you have these racist white men, how they look. Here's this racist Greg Kelly, who you see on Newsmax. And again, I need everybody to understand how narrative is set. This is what he tweets. Troublemaker, Lieutenant Nazario should be kicked out of the military. His stupid actions and unwillingness to comply with very basic instructions from police means he's incapable of ever leading. Go to the next one. Now, this is the one that cracks me up. One more little tidbit. The bad Lieutenant Nazario had a loaded gun on the floor of the car, in the front seat, by his leg. something the corrupt folks in the media won't say for some reason. Greg, Virginia is an open carry state. I thought y'all loved the Second Amendment. It's an open carry state. You literally don't have to have a permit to have a gun in a vehicle in Virginia. But you see how the racist white man on Newsmax, Greg Kelly, wants to frame it as, oh, this out-of-control black man, and then go back to it. He goes, one great cop is Lieutenant Joe Gutierrez, a Marine vet. He shows compassion, sensitivity, and yes, appropriate aggressiveness. The EMTs were very courteous as well. Nice job, Windsor, Virginia. Well, Greg, you might want to help them pay this big-ass settlement they're about to pay, because it's about to happen. But again, just to show, just to show again the sheer racism, this fool here literally says, I've seen generals with less attitude, arrogance, and swagger than this second lieutenant. Anybody who sees the video saw Lieutenant Nazario as cool and calm as collected. Here's what the governor of Virginia had to say, Ralph Northam. This is the statement that he actually released. Pull it up, please. The incident in Windsor is disturbing and angered me, and I am directing the Virginia State Police to conduct an independent investigation. Our Commonwealth has done important work on police reform, but we must keep working to ensure that Virginians are safe during interactions with police. The enforcement of laws is fair and equitable, and people are held accountable. I'm inviting Army Medic Lieutenant Caron Nazario to meet soon. We must all continue the larger dialogue about reform in our country. Cheryl, he has filed a civil suit against Windsor. They know they're going to have to pay up, because here's the deal. He was released after all of that. No charges. So why the hell did you pull him over?
And, you know, we see this time and time again. And, you know, I often talk about what happens when a police officer kills one of us. And then, of course, there's only one story to tell, and it's the one that they've crafted and created. Thankfully, Lieutenant Nazario did not lose his life. The governor wants him to come meet with him. I hope he doesn't let him talk him out of the civil suit. Let them go ahead and throw buckets of money at him like they always do when they harm or kill us. They do nothing to change substantively that police policy. And I hope that someone in Virginia will take up legislation that will decertify officers like we're trying to do here in California, so that this Gutierrez can't go to another department right next door. Firing him was a great first step, but that doesn't preclude him from joining another police department who's sympathetic, like we saw with Timothy Loman. After he shot and killed Tamir Rice, there was a neighboring agency who decided they wanted to give him a second chance, but it was really a third chance. And so we see time and time again officers being gifted resignation and then being well compensated. Betty Shelby shot and killed Terrence Crutcher. This heifer's now teaching how to get away with murder. I call it, they call it, how to survive a critical incident. And so it's outrageous that this continues to happen, but for accountability, substantive accountability, this will continue.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.